Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch today we're going to have another look at one of the places from the complete locations, specifically Yavin Temple Base, the Great Temple of the Massassi. I will bring it closer for you. So you're familiar with the overall pyramid shape. So here we go. You see here is the entrance. We see in Rogue One the U-Wing parked outside here and the Ghost as well. You see here a bunch of X-Wings and Y-Wings, and down here also. I counted 34 ships in this picture, including these and several others. Now, there is one X-Wing that is mentioned specifically, and it is one of these here. I think it's this one. It's specifically mentioned as a Red Squadron X-Wing, so I suspect Luke Skywalker's. One of the Y-Wings is specifically mentioned as being transferred in from other squadrons. You see here two of those GR-75 transports that we really first saw in Empire Strikes Back, but have made retrospective appearances in the canon. Now, down here, you can see here an A-Wing, and it mentions in the text for that is part of Phoenix Squadron. Phoenix Squadron is led by Hera Syndulla under the command of Admiral Sato. That's obviously from Star Wars Rebels. So nice to see a little shout out there. Now, we do see there's an elevator, I think it's here, that's specifically built to house U-Wings or to transport them. You see here, up there, is the tunnel to the main entrance, so they can transfer all of these ships out, of course. There's another couple of ships in here. What are they called? It is called the twin cockpit H-60 Tempest bomber from Ord Buri. There's one dismantled and one fully functional. They kind of look like B-Wings. You can see there's the A-Wing. Here it is here. Very similar to a B-Wing. Now, you also see the main deck here, all the ships. Going further, barracks area for thousands of troops. It's a massive operation. You see here the briefing room where they see the Death Star plans. That's the mess hall. Up here, you see the control center, you know, with all of the screens, which we see in A New Hope and in Rogue One with Princess Leia and Mon Mothma. Up here is where the medal ceremony was held. This is where they were standing on the podium, I think it was, or here. This is where they stand on the podium. This is where they enter from. And you see here it says there are holographic memorials to those lost in the battle. And in the Princess Leia one-shot, we see holographs of her mother and father, Queen Brea and Bail Organa, in that location. Further up is essentially the observation computer room where they do all of their monitoring. So look, remember how big that is where they have the medal ceremony. Look at the rest of the size of it in comparison, and it goes several stories underground. So just think about it. You would come in the main entrance. You would take the turbo lift up to here. You would then go to the briefing room. You would then come back to the turbo lift. You would then have to then go up to the briefing room. And then you then have to go up, and it stops a level below, so there must be stairs, to get to the medal ceremony hall, and then all the way further up to get to here. It is absolutely enormous, this base. And we also see here that there are tunnels to deep cavern shelters in case of aerial bombardment by Star Destroyers, although that would be no use, of course, in the event of an attack by the Death Star, if that had succeeded. There are also lots of guns placed here and there. I just want to see some for you, because you remember those ones from Hoth? Here they are, here. Those turrets. They are there. And here's a water chamber here also. So yes, there's lots of detail in this. It mentions that the Resistance can't actually get rid of all of the vegetation growing on the sides of the temple, similar to Dakar base, of course, that's covered in it. But the insides are lined with metal. So, like I said, an enormous job they have done here. And they had to abandon the space as well, of course. You see there all the various Y-Wings and X-Wings, and also like troop transport, tugs, that sort of thing, you know, to help move all of the ships along. So yes, very interesting. With the shout out of, this is the one that is built to house the U-wings, although I think that might be a Y-wing that is in there. I didn't see any U-wings in there. So you just think of all the various routes you'd have to take with all of these different turbo lift shafts. So yes, how many stories is that, I wonder? It is massive. Now, as you recall from the old canon, I'm sure, the Massassi, they're all extinct in the current canon as well. They were wiped out in the old canon by a Sith Lord. I believe it's Exar Kun, I think, who makes a reappearance in the Jedi Academy trilogy. Well, his evil spirit does. Anyway, so kind of like, you know, on Malachor in Star Wars Rebels, where they have their big battle and everybody dies. Whoever the Sith was, if it was Exar Kun or whoever, they essentially sacrificed the entire population for their evil plan, I suppose. Don't know if it worked out. Might be something that gets explored in the back end of the canon. So what else is there? I think that is about it, yes. So yes, very, very interesting. All that extra detail that we do not see in the films, of course. But that gives you a very good feel for just how enormous that temple base really is. Many, many stories housing all sorts of fighters and ships and personnel, as well as all of the logistical stuff for cargo, and of course things like the briefing room, the medal ceremony area, and of course things like mess halls, all that sort of thing, and of course the control room is absolutely fantastic. And when you see Hoth base, it is just as complicated, let me tell you. Anyway, guys, as Rogue One was out, I thought it'd be about time that we had another look at Yavin base. I've been meaning to get back into the locations for quite some time. There's also an excellent one of the Death Star, which I will be doing in due course. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.